So money is obviously one of the most emotional things that exists in life. And if you're stuck in a timeshare, then you wake up every day and you dread it because it's draining your money. I mean, people get divorced, relationships get strained from being in debt, owing money on a timeshare. And even if you don't owe money on your timeshare, you still have that yearly maintenance fee. And that yearly maintenance fee is commonly right around $1,000. It's usually in that $800 to $1,200 per year mark, typically due in January. The vast majority are due in January, but also March is a very common due month for those maintenance fees. The bottom line is, yes, it is emotional. And that's likely why most people make some very, very bad decisions when it comes to getting out. And if you haven't watched any of my other videos, you know that I post a lot of them just using an iPad screen capture. That is what this video is. Please bear with it. I hope to deliver you some valuable information. And for those who don't know, also, my name is Jason, freefromvacationfees.com. Okay, so anyways, back to this emotional thing. Money is very emotional when your timeshare is draining your account. If you don't owe money, typically you're paying that $1,000 maintenance fee a year, somewhere in there. And you're also paying that if you owe money as well. But if you owe money, then you're also making mortgage payments. Mortgage payments. And typical mortgage payments are typically anywhere from $200 to $300 per month. So this gets to be a lot of the reason why people just get fed up, they stop paying, they have no money left in their bank account, and they're just desperate to get out, to the point where they're trying to basically give the timeshare away. All right? And what you're going to find out is that just does not work. Okay? And this is going to go into selling. All right? If you go to eBay, and we are not going to go there because I'm assuming you have went there already, you're going to find thousands of timeshares listed. When I say thousands, yes, I'm not exaggerating. If you go there, you'll see what I'm saying. There are thousands listed on eBay. Okay? Now, common sense is very simple. And I realize a lot of people don't have common sense. What I really mean by common sense is thinking unlike the vast majority of timeshare owners. Unlike the vast majority of people who are in a highly emotional state with their timeshares. Common sense is that as there are more units for sale, your odds of selling decrease. It's the same thing with business. As competition increases, profits decrease. I mean, that is common sense. And yet, the more and more people I talk to who own timeshares, whether they owe money or whether they have their timeshare paid off and are still just paying that maintenance fee, still, it's a desperate situation, and they somehow think they're going to be able to sell the timeshare. And I'm going to tell you flat out, you won't sell it. Now, what inevitably happens is I get people who are going to post on these videos saying, oh, well, I sold mine, or I was able to call up my timeshare company and they took it back. But what people don't realize is that these are rare events. Okay? They're rare events in the grand scheme of things. Not common. In fact, less than 1% resell. And that number is actually far lower than that, but all that really gets counted in that stat are the current listings of timeshares. They're forgetting about all the ones that get taken off the market and people just basically throw up their arms and say, we can't get out, we can't sell it. Okay? So the bottom line is they don't resell. And the first reason is, like I just told you, is the sheer number of competition. Okay, not completions, competition. Okay? The second reason is very simple. It's also common sense. Maintenance fees. Okay? Nobody wants to be, or at least a very small percentage of the population, want to get stuck in a timeshare with a maintenance fee. Okay? They don't want to be in a contract that forces them to go to a certain location every year, and even if they don't go, they get charged $1,000. All right? Now, when you sat in your timeshare sales pitch and you had these people pitching you on why timeshare was such a great investment, they said that $1,000 is a great deal on a vacation. And that might have been true 10 years ago or 20 years ago, but it's no longer the case because you can book cheap vacations. All right? Cheap vacations online. And also what your timeshare sales rep did not tell you was that you're still going to be paying for your flights. Okay? And typically the flights can be rather expensive. And then you're going to be paying for your food. And then you're going to be paying for the rent-a-car and everything else. Okay? So when I add that to the $1,000 fee, the vacation actually is not cheap with a timeshare. Okay? And the general public knows this, which is why they're not going to buy your timeshare from you. Period. Okay? The third reason is if you owe money, you can't. If you owe money, again, bear with me. This is slow. Again, I'm on my iPad. You typically can't sell your way out of it. Out of it. Okay? A timeshare is not real property. Now, I realize that they call it a mortgage if you have a mortgage. I realize that your sales rep and timeshare companies try to pass it off as real property, but it's not like your house. Okay? You can sell your house. You can get out of a good portion of the mortgage. A timeshare is open air. It is non-tangible. You can't reach out and basically touch it. You're owning open air. People do not want it. Again, the reason why you bought it, and I'm just going to be blunt with you, you bought this in a state of emotion, believing you could get something really cheap, basically something that was amazing, really, really cheap. That's what they sold you on. It's the common sales pitch, getting something for nothing. All right? The general populace knows this, but you sat in that timeshare meeting, and all that timeshare salesperson is doing when you're sitting in that meeting is very simple. That timeshare salesman is gauging your gullibility. It's why he has you and your wife, or you and your girlfriend, or you and your husband sit through that meeting. Because one of you is going to get really emotional, and they're going to convince the other person to go with it. So the fact that he was able to sell you, basically when you sat in that meeting, he found one of you that was at least gullible. And so he kept it going. That's the way it works. People don't want to hear it. The general populace who is not sitting in timeshare meetings understands that timeshares are a scam. Okay? And so when you're offering it for sale and you're desperate and you owe money, they're not going to reach out to help you get out. It's just not going to happen. Here's the problem. The problem's very simple. The average person is trying to sell to recoup money or whatever, and they're trying to sell and spending +2 years on that. In the meantime, they have those $2,000 in maintenance fees. Year one is $1,000, year two is $2,000. They're racking up $2,000 in maintenance fees, plus any other payments like mortgage payments and stuff like that. Okay? So there is an opportunity cost of trying to sell, and the opportunity cost is you're not going to be able to sell, but you're still going to rack up $2,000 plus in payments over the years. A better way to do it is just to pay somebody to get you out. It's that simple. Now I realize that there is this prevailing myth that you can get out of your timeshare for free. And that is true in certain rare instances. If you call your timeshare company, sometimes, in rare instances, they will take it back. But more often than not, they are going to try to upsell you into something else, or they're going to charge you money to take it back. Okay? If they even take it back. And generally, that charge is around $1,500. It can be less than that. Again, do your research. The bottom line is, a better way to go about this is just to pay for a transfer. And typically you're going to call a transfer called an exit company or something else. Yes, it is a scammy industry. Most of the people who are in timeshare exit, most of the people you see on commercials, most of the people who own transfer companies were former timeshare salesmen. They just were. And so you are going to get scams involved with that. So the bottom line is you want to do your research. But just understanding that almost certainly you will not be able to sell it. Almost certainly your timeshare company will not take it back. And almost certainly you are going to need to pay someone to get you out gives you a leg up. I mean, it's ridiculous the people you see on forums saying you're going to be able to do this for free. If your car has a problem with the transmission, you are not going to go to the mechanic and say, here, fix this for free. It doesn't happen that way. Now, the auto industry, and specifically fixing cars, is a scammy industry. Many times you get overcharged, but that doesn't negate the fact that there are good mechanics who can fix your car, but they are not going to do it for free. It's the same thing in the timeshare industry. You are either going to pay a lawyer or you're going to pay an exit company. Almost always, it's the way it works, no matter what you read somebody claim on a forum or something else. This is typically the way that it works. Okay? The key is to find a reasonable price that is guaranteed to get you out. Okay? Now, do your research on this. Again, don't believe anything I say. You don't know me. If you've watched my past videos, you know I've talked about this a lot, but you want to do your research. Should you visit our website, freefromvacationfees.com. You will find more information there, and you can also contact me. Okay? We get people out for reasonable prices, and it is guaranteed. Okay? We are among the cheapest people you are going to call to get you out. We offer the cheapest prices. It is guaranteed. We are a small Wisconsin-based company, meaning you can actually talk to me or one of 3 people that are in our office. We're very small. We will shoot you straight, and you can get out of your timeshare directly over the phone. Now, if you found any information at all in this video useful, please subscribe to the channel. Again, we have other YouTube channels. This one is just starting, but please subscribe to the channel and also like the video. That will help boost us to the top so that other people can get this info. Have yourself a great day.